Yo, what's up, YouTube? It's boy FearMelly here, back on the live channel. Another reaction video, and it's a GTA 6 Living World 15 Ways to Leonida Actually Feels Alive by Dandy Andy. Let's get right into
We
it.
know that Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be one of the most immersive worlds ever, and anyone who says
Facts.
otherwise is frankly just being contrarian, because given
Facts.
Rockstar's track record, what we've seen in the trailers, it doesn't take a genius to figure out that what we're about to experience is some next level stuff.
Yeah, I really came
Facts.
in strong there. If I'm wrong, you can flay me alive in the future.
So today, I've put together
Nah,
a
you're
list
not
for
gonna be
you
wrong, my
on
boy.
all the living world features that we're going to see in Grand Theft Auto 6, things that really make it feel like a world that you're living in, that you're inhabiting. What is it that's going to make Leonida feel alive? So let's start off.
Yeah, I don't feel it's gonna be like too real, but it's gonna be real enough to like a point where like that's like tough for me.
With
But it's
something
not
I've
gonna be
talked
like
about
crazy real,
extensively and
nigga. Like
previously.
niggas think they gonna get like refilling gas stations and shit. Niggas think like every little thing is gonna get you in trouble, bro. Like no,
And the biggest video on the
no, you
channel,
couldn't
that's
like
NPC
it's gonna be
intelligence.
lean on
So
some shit.
basically,
Like
I'm
some
going to keep
shit
it
like it's still a game at the end of the day. It's gonna be like that arcadey kind of feel, but like some stuff is gonna be realistic though.
short. If you want a whole breakdown on that, you can watch my AI is scary or whatever video. Here's what the thumbnail looks like. I'll put a link to it up at the top. It might pop up for you, it might
Yeah,
not.
I
But
actually
basically,
saw
the
this. I
NPCs
think
in
I
this
saw that
game
video.
have
I think
like
on
kind
my
of
free
a
time.
multi-level navigation system, and it's
But,
going to help them
but
with
it's like
real-time
all about the
decision making when
patterns
it comes to
and stuff.
navigation, like with traffic conditions, with weather, road types, even what the
Yeah.
vehicles are capable
It's
of,
like
and
it's
like how
like
they're
all
going to
the
go about
technology
operating.
that they using to create all this stuff. Like it's like actually crazy. Like it's like like GTA 5. Like NPCs will have like like a specific they like walking on a line. Like they're walking on a line, and like the only line messes up if you purposely do something to them. But then they will get back up and then like they will run away. They're still running on a line. Like they don't like zigzag, but they just run to run. And like same thing with the cars. Like the cars, I think I seen something like I think it was like how the cars work. Like it's like when there's like a red light, green light, like you see sometimes you see like the cars won't go on like when it's a green light and like the cars don't go, they just sit there. It don't work like that. It's like a timer. It's like a timer, and sometimes the timer's like fucked up. It's like weird, and I think that's why I think another reason I said like that's why cars like kind of like swerve into you or like you know what I'm saying? Like
The
it's weird.
vehicle,
I
each
saw a video about
NPC
it
is
like
going to
a
have their
while
own like
back.
driving characteristics and
I don't
driving
remember, but
styles. It's
like
going to be
he
really freaking
explained
cool to
why the
see. Now, how does that tie
NPCs
into the whole living
and
world thing?
AI
Well,
GTA
you're going to
5
be
do what they
seeing the
do
NPCs
that we
around you
get mad at.
navigating in a way that you've never seen before, in a very advanced way. You
Of
know,
how
normally when you get into
old
like an
patterns
open
work,
world
but
game and you're walking
this new
around,
shit,
NPCs are just kind of there set dressing. They're just kind of walking. Think about like
yeah,
Cyberpunk. You know, everything you're doing in the game, it just feels like you're watching frames of a movie.
yeah.
You know,
I
in Red
mean,
Dead Redemption 2, it felt like you're in a world because you can antagonize them,
yeah,
be able to
look at the difference. Like everything else, like
schedules.
is
It
full
felt like a world that you
ragdoll,
could reach out and touch, like Todd Howard said about
literally.
Skyrim back in 2011. And that was really freaking cool.
16 times the detail.
Well, you can expect that more in Grand Theft Auto 6. It's going to feel incredibly immersive because these NPCs, they'll be making like dynamic routing decisions, changing lanes, all sorts of stuff, just based off of how they are. And if you want a more
Yep.
detailed breakdown about that, check out this video. NPCs will also be able to remember past interactions with the player and adapt their behavior
Yeah, that would be like
accordingly.
actually
So if you're
about
frequently aggressive in an area, NPCs may avoid or fear you. Now, I know some of you were like, oh, hey, this is going to be very hard and taxing on the system. Well, think of it more as like a region-based system like New Vegas, like a reputation system, sort of. So based on how you're acting in a region is how NPCs will respond to you. Take that with salt. I don't know that for certain, but that's how I imagine they're going to do it. So again, if you're frequently very mean in an area, NPCs are going to avoid you, they're going to fear you, and law enforcement is going to treat you differently based on your past crimes. There is a bit more of an advanced
yeah, that would
witness
be pretty
system,
cool.
which I've
I
talked
mean,
about
I
extensively,
feel
and
like
so now you're going
that
to be
shit
able
like is
to
good
wear
in story
disguises,
mode.
stuff like that. It's just going to feel more real, guys. You're going to feel like you're dealing with people, and that's really cool. Also a little scary given the stuff that you could do in Grand Theft Auto 6, or just any Grand Theft Auto, to begin with. But now you can't just go off and do a bunch of stuff. You're going to have a reputation in this world. People are going to remember you. And how do you want to be remembered?
Yep.
So like I said earlier, NPCs, they're going to have
Like,
daily
that's
routines,
fine.
schedules, probably very similar to Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah, schedules. That's pretty cool.
And
Like
then
you
there's
see,
going to be
like
some bells and
you
whistles
see like
thrown in.
the same guy going to the same corner store at like 10 o'clock in the morning every day. You know what I'm saying? You see like the same two friends walking to school like every day at 8 a.m. for me. Like you see like the same person going to his job at this time every
And
day.
to the
Like
mix
and
that
like
just
like one day, like you probably looking for the guy. I seen you, I seen him every day. And then like, one day he's like late to work. Like that makes you think like what happened to him. You know what I'm saying?
make it feel
Like
10
that'd
times
be
more
kind of
advanced,
powerful.
but maybe we'll see even more things that they stop to do throughout their day. I imagine to some extent they'll have to simplify it compared to Red Dead Redemption 2, given that Red Dead Redemption 2 takes place in the sticks for the most part, but they still got it down in the city of Saint Denis, so we'll see.
Morning, miss.
Morning, sir.
Because rather than aimless wandering, NPCs are going to be walking with purpose. They're also going to have souls and their lives will have meaning. I'm just kidding. We can get really philosophical here. Let's move away from NPCs now to talk more about like dynamic weather and environmental systems. Well, I should also mention
Yeah,
that
I hope
NPCs
the
are going
weather
to
actually goes crazy about it. If we get like hurricanes, tornadoes, and floods, and tsunamis, and earthquakes and shit, bro, that shit will be fire, bro. That shit will be fire. I feel like basically, I feel like confirmed it's like flooding and hurricanes, bro, and maybe tornadoes. I think they even said like that water tornado shit is like it was like in the trailer and like the news. I'm pretty sure I've reacted to that video on my channel. It was like a news like the Weasel News, and like it was like something water spout or like fire spout or something like that.
be reacting to weather conditions.
Like,
So,
bro,
like using
like
umbrellas in
that's
rain,
basically
seeking
confirmed.
shelter
Like
during
extreme
storms,
weather is
changing
basically
routines based
confirmed.
on temperature, and dressing appropriately. So, that is going to be in the game. Again, take
Yeah, we
everything
see like the beach clip, all the people in bikinis and
I
shorts
say with
and
salt because
shirtless.
nothing is 100% confirmed until there is a controller in your hand and you are
Yeah,
playing the
facts,
game, but
facts,
you
facts.
could pretty much 100%
But
expect that. This all
exactly, you
comes
got
from
pretty much
patents,
100%
leaks, all that kind of
expect
stuff.
that.
So you've heard me talk a lot about like a weather system being in the game, and I'm pretty dang certain it's going to be in there. Expect dynamic weather like hurricanes, floods,
Bro,
extreme
what did I just say? What did I just say?
weather events,
What did
stuff
I
that's
just
going to
say?
affect your gameplay mechanics, and that is going to make the world
Literally,
feel
bro,
so
it's gonna be so
immersive because
fire,
roads
bro.
could change over time based on the weather. They can get slick, fog could reduce visibility, streets could be
Oh my
flooded,
god, that'll be
NPCs
so
evacuating
fire.
even if there's hurricanes
I
and
think they already
structural
have
damage
like
from the
fall,
storms. This
like
is going
before,
to make
or
you
like an
feel like
older
you are
one. I'm pretty
really
sure they have
inhabiting a
fall
world,
before.
and that's going to be so cool to see,
And like
especially
see
to
all the
see how the
puddles and
fluid
shit.
systems and everything work with mud. I'm really interested to
Oh, I
see how
forgot
those
about
systems interact
mud. You good mud?
because the mud system in Red Dead Redemption
Mud.
2 was really freaking cool. So I'm really excited to see how they do that. You know, just slipping
Forgot
around,
about
having a good time.
mud.
But back in March 23, 2025, Rockstar had a job listing for a senior environmental systems programmer with expertise in dynamic simulation and real-time environmental systems. And I think that just kind of helps support this a little bit more. And I mean, you look at the trailers too, and it's not like they're trying to hide anything. They're trying to show this stuff off. So expect it
Yeah, word,
because
bro.
Florida
Like,
or Leonida is a place where storms happen. But you know what else makes
damn.
things feel
I can't
immersive
wait
and
for the
real?
game to
Physics
come
and
out, bro.
lighting.
Like, that was crazy. It's 2025. Like, 2023, the trailer one, my nigga, they said coming 2025, bro. Like, oh my god, we could have been playing GTA 6 right now, gang. But it's all good though. It's all good though. I mean, we almost there, bro. We almost there. Like, at the time I'm recording this is November 6th, and I've been streaming 157 days since June 2nd, and it's just, we got 200 days left, bro.
Plays a huge part into
We
making
got
the world
200 days
believable.
left.
Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to have enhanced physics from Red Dead Redemption 2's Euphoria
We
physics
got
system,
200
so
days
it's
left,
going to
bro.
be an improvement on that, where NPCs react naturally to physical impacts. They're going to be stumbling around when shot. They're going to have dynamic balance recovery, which is always fun to watch, and they're going to have context-aware animations based on their injury locations, like you've seen in Red Dead Redemption 2. Like you shoot a guy in the knee, he's going to respond like he's been shot in the knee. Except imagine it more advanced and a little bit more randomness and chaos to it, very
Yeah,
similar to
right.
Grand Theft Auto 4. When these physics also play into the vehicles and everything, like how you're driving and stuff, accidents are going to feel very intense. It's just going to be absolutely insane to see what they do with these physics.
Yeah, I do want to see how they show
And you know, I touched
crashes,
on it a little
bro.
bit earlier, but let's talk
I think I don't remember. I probably gotta rewatch the leaks, but I'm pretty sure. I think we seen a crash in the leaks. If you see the leaks, you know, you know. But
about
I
this
gotta
fluid
watch it again. I
simulation.
wish I
So
could
this is
like I always wonder like when the game comes out, like can people just show that freely? I mean, like if you look it up on YouTube or if you look it up anywhere on the internet, you can see clips. But like I just don't want to. I don't want to show it myself. I know like in the earlier days, people was actually getting in trouble for that shit. But like now, I don't know if they even care anymore. Cause like I dare see it up on YouTube. Like I watch the leaks myself, and like I'm seeing the leak, like the straight one for one leaks on YouTube and
It's the
shit.
first game
So
ever
like, I
with
don't know.
real-time water simulation and sweat simulation. And it's even going to account for like wind effects, evaporation, and the surface it's on. That is absolutely nuts. And I have no idea how they are pulling this off, even with all of the advancements that they've made to their engine using AI. I'm very curious to see how this actually
Oh
plays
yeah,
out.
chat. I said them recorded this, but we know that the GTA 5 Mansion DLC is coming out December 9th.
And if they're
By
going
the
to trim
way,
the fat from anything, you're going to be seeing characters getting visibly sweaty when it's hot. They're going to get wet when in water. You're going to see the actual environmental effects on characters' bodies. And it is so immersive to see the environment actually touch the NPCs and yourself. You could get muddy, you can get dirty, very similar to Red Dead Redemption 2, just more advanced. And it's just going to feel so much more real. So I imagine we're probably going to be able to take showers in this game, kind of like how we were able to bathe in Red Dead Redemption 2, just because of all of this. How else are you going to get all that mud and blood off you? Think about it. Now, something else that's been rumored, and I'm very skeptical of, but I don't know. I think we are going to see it in the game, and it's just something I can't wrap my head around, is destructible-ish environments. And that really does
yeah,
play into
destructible is yes, destructible is for sure. Like I feel like if they do like the weather, I feel like the weather comes to destruction, like extreme weather comes with extreme destruction. As we see like Jason and Taylor too repairing the leaks in his house. You know
the
what I'm saying?
world feeling more immersive, because really what it
Like
all comes down to
destruction's
is,
gonna be a
other
thing,
than the
especially
world
in story
feeling like it
mode.
exists without you, the
That's what I'm
player
talking
needs
about.
to be able to feel like they
And like
can reach out
online,
and
like maybe
truly
like it's
interact
like
with the
sad
world. If
missions
there's a
that
cause, there
you
needs to
get
be
to
an
experience
effect.
that
You know what I'm
destruction.
saying? So expect there to be some sort of destructibility. I'm not sure how much that we're really talking here. I'm sure like you put a bomb on a building or something, there's going to be big old black decal from an explosion, but apparently there's going to be like bricks and stuff flying off too, and maybe even the ability to like destroy interiors completely, busting through walls, like just crazy stuff with
Yeah,
debris
like
and
I feel like that type of stuff and like heist, like that'd be like a good entryway in the heist. Like, bro.
particles and everything littering the place. We'll see. I mean, this is a tall order. I know how taxing stuff like that is on the CPU, so we'll see. What's really interesting is a world really starts to feel alive when it has these rich systems like this, and then they start to interact with each other. So for example, say you have a storm and it hits a building or something and the building gets destroyed, you know, or maybe not totally, but the destruction systems that it does have are acted upon by the weather. Stuff like
Yeah.
that. Or like, you know, with the physics system, say it rains and it gets muddy and you have an NPC walking downhill and he slips and falls.
And like especially with the social media thing, like I feel like you'll know what's happening around the world, or like at least on the map, without going to actually see what happened on the map. And like once you see it on the internet, then you can go check it out for yourself.
Stuff like that. I'm telling you guys, all of these
Like
systems play
I
together
feel
to
like
create
that
something
that
very
is
unique and
that's
immersive.
like
People who
confirmed.
know about game design know this, that games are really a culmination of all their individual systems working together to create something that's very cool and immersive and gets you in the loop of doing things, you know, like a feedback loop, a gameplay loop. Well, Grand Theft Auto's systems working together to create such an intricate, immersive environment and world that we can reach out and touch is definitely going to create maybe not necessarily a gameplay loop, but something that you could really reach out and experience. And I'm sure we're going to have so much fun messing around in that world. You know, said gameplay loop will probably be like, go buy weapons, throw them in the trunk of the car, go do a mission, drive here, you know, the usual. We'll see. And I'm curious to see how they expand on that. And speaking of cars, expect much smarter traffic behavior. I talked a little bit about it earlier,
Word,
but NPCs, they're going to have like context-based navigation systems and all that. So just
word,
expect
word,
something
word.
really interesting with the traffic, the most realistic traffic you've ever seen in a Grand Theft Auto before. And to those of you who like to drive like a real person in real life, I'm sure you're going
You know, I already know we climbed up through traffic.
like this, because now you're not going to need the mod like for Grand Theft Auto 4 that makes NPCs stop behind you rather than ramming you. It'll be cool. Of course, NPCs are all going to have different driving abilities, and that's nothing new. Grand Theft Auto's always had that to some extent, but I expect it to be a little bit more colorful given the location. You're going to have more Florida men or Leonida men situations. There's also going to be dynamic traffic density by road type, so main streets are going to have higher vehicle density than side streets, with dynamic adjustments based on player proximity and road network pathfinding rather than simple radial checks. So traffic is going to feel appropriate. Busy highways are going to feel busy. Quiet residential streets are going to feel quiet and residential. Law enforcement is going to be on your butt this time, and it is going to feel so immersive because in Grand Theft Auto 5, I mean, you sneeze the wrong direction and all of LAPD or Los Santos Police Department is on you, like just rolling around, vehicles flying through the air. It's absolute madness. In this game, I think it's going
Word.
to be a little bit more grounded based off the leaks and everything and how the witness
Yeah, we
systems
seen
work.
the
So your
leaks.
interactions with police are going to feel
We
much
seen
more
the leaks. We
lifelike.
seen
And
the
that's going to
leaks.
be interesting. The witness system is going to be upgraded from Red Dead Redemption 2. There's going to be a disguise system, CCTV cameras that you're going to have to avoid,
Yep.
you know, stuff like that.
CCTV
NPCs are are
what they're
apparently
gonna do.
even going to be able to provide vehicle descriptions to police. Be on the lookout for that. That's going to be very interesting, especially since it seems like in Grand Theft Auto 6, we're going to be very attached to our car. It's kind of a central hub. So simply abandoning that vehicle, you might not want to do that. You might want to go and do a mission with a burner vehicle, a getaway vehicle. And the police are speculated to have like advanced tactics, SWAT team tactics,
Yep,
stuff like that. It's
we
going to be
saw
really
that.
interesting to see. There was some stuff in the alpha footage that kind of showed this, and then the trailers kind of showed some of this off a little bit. So we'll see how
Yeah.
it plays out. It looks really exciting. Now, this is like some
Nah,
tinfoil
facts.
hat
That
stuff,
looks
but
really crazy.
according to leaks, we're moving away from Grand Theft Auto 5's like 50 to 60 events that could trigger.
Damn, and that makes me feel like Jason is an undercover cop, bro. And I feel like that would be cool to tell the what, like if we play as like the SWAT team kind of
And even Red Dead
shit, bro. I
Redemption
feel like
2,
damn,
it
I feel like
seemed
that
like
would
it
be
had a million
fire.
events. It had roughly 160. So expect a lot
I feel
more
like
world
GTA
encounters
6
in
should
Grand
let
Theft
it
Auto
be like
6.
a
According to
undercover
leaks, is
SWAT
going
team,
to
bro.
have roughly 1,500.
It's like
Okay,
a
don't take that
one
number
mission,
exactly.
bro.
That's just something I've seen speculated. So over
But
1,000 world
damn,
events. I don't know. We'll see.
I
I've
don't
seen
want
all
nobody
sorts of
to betray
speculation over the
anybody
internet
though.
of there being like Shark Tank diving, missing tourists, satanic houses, crazy stuff, wingsuits. We'll see what's actually in the game. But you can expect there to be a bunch
What
of
did
world
you
events
do?
regardless. A
Bro,
bunch of
I
NPCs
literally
going up to
said
you
I'm
and be
gonna
like, hey,
game
mister,
today,
come
bro.
here. A bunch of that kind of stuff. It's going to be really cool. And it makes the world feel alive because people are coming up and
You
interacting.
wasn't in
Not only
here
can you
from the
reach out
stores
and,
we
quote
when
unquote, touch
when I
it,
had
but now
started
people
streaming.
are reaching out
No,
and touching you. Now, this next one, take with a lot of salt. Apparently, there is 700 or more enterable buildings. I've talked about this before. Take a shot every time I say that. But you know, they're using like AI to kind of help with procedurally generated locations. So there's going to be seeds that generate locations similar to how Starfield did their planets. There's probably going to be a lot more interiors for you to go in. Just don't go in all of them if that's the case.
yeah,
If they are
I
seed
feel like they
generated,
gotta
you're
do
going to crash your
interiors,
game or
bro.
something. I don't know. I'm just kidding. But expect like gun stores, fast food joints,
And
fully
then like
explorable
yeah,
malls, metro
malls, yep.
stations, restaurants, pawn shops, nightclubs, all sorts of stuff for you to
Dispatch
go
game.
out and
Yeah, I want
explore.
to get
Man,
the
I'm getting pumped
dispatch
for this
game.
game. So basically, Vice City is going to be truly explorable
Wow, I
rather
didn't like
than
watch
sought.
anything
It's
from
going
it
to
though.
be a legit city that you can interact with, a fully
Cause
generated
like I didn't know
city.
if it
And
was gonna
again,
be
this
that good at
procedural
first.
interior generation comes from a
I
patent.
saw Jacksepticeye play like 10 minutes of it, literally like 10 minutes of episode 1, and like I was like, oh, this actually looks fire. I want to get it one day.
That I have covered again, take a
But
shot every time I say this in a previous video. So this is something that's just speculated, but I thought it was very interesting. It's not just me speculating it. This is something a lot of people are speculating, but apparently there's going to be like a dynamic in-game economy. So prices for goods, properties, and services may fluctuate based on your actions, kind of like a supply and demand kind of thing. It'd be very similar to those Lester missions and messing with the stock market in Grand Theft Auto 5. So if you steal a lot of
I mean, that
one
would be
thing,
pretty
it might
cool.
drive up prices because of the scarcity, you know,
That'd be
stuff like
pretty cool.
that.
That'd be
There's
pretty cool.
no evidence of that though, so we'll see. Also, I think that's kind of a niche thing to include. I don't think you really need it. It would be really cool though. Of course,
Yeah, it would be
other
pretty
things that are going to make the game feel more lifelike is the wildlife. The wildlife in this game is looking like it's going to be
Yeah,
next
wildlife
level.
is
I mean, we're talking
actually
like
gonna be
alligators,
fire, bro.
boars, deer, dolphins, sharks, flamingos,
Like
iguanas, sea turtles,
when they added animals online in GTA 5, like it was like a big deal for a little bit, but like nobody really cared. Like nobody really took it serious. But GTA 6,
cats, snakes,
well, I
and
ain't gonna
just
lie,
a million
it
different bird
looks
species, all
tough, bro.
forming a
Like just from the
realistic food chain
screenshots, like the
ecosystem. In Red
crocodiles,
Dead
like
Redemption 2, they went above and
deers,
beyond with this, so
fucking
I'm really
tigers,
excited to see
lions,
how they
all
do in
that
Grand Theft
shit.
Auto 6. There's going to be hunting and fishing and all that kind of stuff. And
Oh,
now
and
I'm really talking more about
fishing.
features, but just having that
Fishing
ecosystem,
will
that
be
food chain and stuff,
fire,
again,
bro.
that just makes the world that much more
Fishing
immersive.
would
It
definitely be
really is
fire.
mind-blowing when you put all of this down on a list and read it. Just how nuts Rockstar's worlds are. It really starts to paint a picture on why they are leaps and bounds ahead of pretty much every other game out there that does open worlds. Because everything else, it's smoke and mirrors, but Rockstar's like, no, we're just going to actually generate a whole city or a whole continent for you. I don't know, it's crazy. Of course, none of this would be possible without Rage 9's engine enhancements, so it's going to be very interesting to see what they do with their real-time water physics, better vehicle deformations, and apparently a more realistic time cycle. So we'll see. The lighting in this game looks beautiful, like with the ray trace global illumination. Basically, Rage 9 just allows a lot more to be going on the processing side of things with like volumetrics, ray trace lighting, you know, stuff like that, and interactions
But
with
I want to get a
NPCs
PS5
and
Pro
AI
before
in
GTA
general.
6.
But
Why
something
not, too?
else, a new layer that we've never seen before in a Rockstar game that's going to just make this one feel just absolutely absolutely bonkers is
I wish I
social
had it
media.
when I
Grand
played
Theft
Ghost
Auto
of
4
Yotei.
was a 2008 game that takes place in 2008. Social media, I mean, I think I was on MySpace back then. Social media wasn't really a big thing. It was like what the kids were doing. But now your
MySpace.
grandpa and your uncle with all the
I've
crazy
never been on
political ideas and
MySpace.
everything, he's on Facebook. So
Got
now
like
you're going to
some
have that in
old
Grand Theft
school
Auto
ass
6. Maybe
shit.
not your crazy political uncle, but you're going to have NPCs pull out phones, record players committing crimes, doing stuff like that. And it's going to potentially affect your wanted level. And not only that, but your social reputation. So that'll be interesting. So you might roll into one area and be like, hey, I read on whatever the game's version of Reddit is or Facebook, hey, I saw this online that you like blew up this fire hydrant last week. What are you doing
Oh
here,
yeah, like
bud?
if it would be like your wanted face, like
Stuff like that. It's
wanted
going to be really
posters,
interesting to see how they do this.
that would be
And social media is, for
that would
better
be
or
fire.
worse, part of modern society. So it's just going to make the game feel more immersive. Even though I'm sure a lot of us play
Nah,
games and
that
go
like
outside and
wanted
stuff with
they
your
they
wife and
they should
stuff like
have
that. I
wanted
don't know.
posters,
It'll still
bro.
be really cool. Apparently, there's also going to be physical car dealerships that you can actually go to and buy a car. And it's about damn time. I don't know why that hasn't been a thing. You need to be able to walk in, get the sales pitch, and buy a car. That's always needed to be in a Grand Theft Auto game. Tactile shopping experiences are less and
I
less
mean, I
these
don't know
days
about
with all
that.
the things you can
That's
just
like
order
crazy.
online
Cause
and
they
have
had like
delivered
new
to your door.
cars
I think
like
they're even getting there with cars.
every
So
week.
it will be nice in Grand Theft Auto to be able to
Not like every
simulate
week,
the experience of going into
but
another
like
place to buy a
at
physical
least like
object.
how
Oh
they
my
do
goodness,
it
so pathetic. But there you have it, guys.
in online, like the Simeons and the luxury
That's my
autos.
list of things that
I
Grand
mean,
Theft
I
Auto
don't know.
6 will have that's just going to make the world feel so immersive, like a living world. Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be the most immersive, incredible living world experience we've ever
But I can't
seen
wait for this
ever in
game
a
to come
video
out,
game.
bro.
You can take that to the bank. But what do you think? Is there something that
Oh,
I
this
didn't
game
cover
come
that
out.
you would like to see in Grand Theft Auto 6? How's the thing?
Like that ass.
How's this thing going to run on a PS5? We know it
Fuck.
is, but what's your speculation and theories on this? Because this is a huge game that's going to run on that console. Shout out time. So for the first one, we have Hugh
Oh
Hassol
yeah,
9.
shout out everybody watching the video, bro. That's it. I'm gonna end it, bro. Um, yeah, but I feel like all this shit is fucking impossible. Like we're waiting so long for this game. Like I know people got like crazy ass expectations. I feel like all this shit is reasonable though, bro. Like all this shit that is reasonable. But yeah, I'm in this video. See you in the next one.